Well, ladies and gentlemen, this workshop today, it's really a combination of themes that will reflect on significant events that is celebrated throughout the world, some of them annually, some of them every 2 years. This particular workshop is going to reflect on World Statistics Day. It started off in 2010 when the United Nations Statistical Commission endorsed the celebration of World Statistics Day. So that is celebrated every year, every 2 years, in fact, on the 20th of October annually. And this year's theme, it coincides with the need for data, the need for indicators, for evidence, as the countries has recently adopted the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and Sustainable Indicators, which is a more extended and expanded, probably version of the Millennium Development Goals. It consists of something like 17 goals, whereas the MDG had about eight goals. So more data and information is really required to address particularly the poorest of the poor, so that no one is really left behind. So part of the workshop will reflect that particular theme. What does it mean, better data, better lives? Improve information, quality information should bring about changes in people's lives. So we should see not data as in isolation from people's lives. It brings about change. So as part of Stats SA's, probably the work that we do is to ensure that whatever feeds into public policy, government planning, it's of good quality. Because now with the concept around big data, Internet of Things, we find that some of the information can actually find its way into policy, because it addresses a low-level need. So part of the work is that we do, we are standing at the door between policy and the information that feeds policy and those input data, in saying that this data, it's of good quality or not. So really we quantify the information that goes into public policy. It's an ongoing partnership we have with our stakeholders. Part of what we're also celebrating today, that is celebrated annually, it's International GIS Day, Geographic Information Systems. As more and more people become aware of spatially related information, XY coordinate, what happens where, the need also arises for better coordination of such information. Of course, there's legislation that allows for the coordination of spatial-related information, but using geospatial tools and information really has come a very, very long way. In fact, from around the 50s and the 60s, started off in the United States in the defense area, when they had to track the missiles spatially where it goes. Nowadays it's drones. But it started off in the defense area, and nowadays it's used in just about any application. So today we will see also a few presentations that reflects in that particular area. Of course, the two are not only seen in isolation. The two are actually joined in terms of statistics as well as geography. We are currently reviewing our legislation in terms of the Stats Act, which include the concept of statistical geography, because everything that we do is happening within space. how much is the population of a particular area, where that area, the concept of where has a spatial entity, has a geographic entity attached to it. Even in the work that you do, it has a spatial connotation, has a spatial element to it. So International GIS Day is essentially there to create more awareness in the use of geospatial tools as well as spatial-related information. And of course, we've started Stats SA. Just lastly from my side is that at around 2013, we started the concept of ISIbalo. In particular, how we continuously to provide our users with information, with data in particular. And planners and decision makers, they generate information from the data. And we've given a platform over the last years, and we continue to do so, for stakeholders to come and present to us, how do you actually apply the data that we provide to you? We had a few workshops in that regard. Today will be another one of them. And this is part of ongoing relations with our stakeholders, with our partners, to ensure that the information and the data that's been used is of quality. And because ISIbalo concept also focuses around capacity building, we know that not everyone that works with data necessarily have the necessary background to work with particularly statistical information. We know as part of our history, in terms of mathematics around the middle 50s, what Verwoerd has said, why teach a Bantu child mathematics if you can't use it in practice? And so a whole few generations has been lost in terms of the number concept or mathematics. So we are very mindful of the legacy that has been left behind, and through the ISIbalo program, we strive to capacitate our partners, yourselves, to make more use of the information, and to ensure that whatever decision you take is informed by credible information. So,
as one of the stakeholders here in this workshop today, I'm here representing the interest of the local government sector. Of the presentations that have been presented so far, the one that was interesting was the one on the non-finance data from municipalities. That data is important for municipalities in that it assists municipalities in their planning process, and again it assists other stakeholders like your Department of Cooperative Governance and Human Settlement, your Department of Water Affairs in their planning processes. But one thing that came up strongly for me, it's there needs to be a way on finding measures on how do we verify the data that we get from municipalities. So I'm also looking forward to other presentations that will be presented today. And I hope Stats SA will be continue coordinating such workshops, not only in the Kimberley area and in other areas like your Uppington or the Namakwa areas, so that municipalities in those regions would be able to attend and share or get information out of such workshops. They are very informative.
Working session or workshop of Stats SA is very important in the sense that they seek to forge strategic partnerships with all users of data and those of us who generate data. And I think they're trying to ensure that we improve our capacity in terms of the data that we produce and probably the kind of reports we generate in terms of data to ensure that it measures the quality as it would be kind of data that must be used for evidence-based decision making.
First of all, I'd like to commend the work done by Statistics South Africa. I feel like people don't realize the importance of the work done here, but nevertheless, I would like to hope that the work done here grows from strength to strength, and may Statistics South Africa continue to deliver us the reality of what we face on a daily basis. Providing accurate statistics on a regular basis is probably the best way to find a solution to the problems that we face, as well as encouraging mass participation, specifically from the youth, the perspective from which I speak. Simply put, people are generally reluctant to take part in campaigns or donations or any sort of social service if, first of all, they don't understand the diety of the situation, or if the situation doesn't affect them personally, which actually makes a lot of sense. Statistics are important because we need to make informed decisions about our future, our safety, and our well-being as the youth. The information needed to do this is underlying in statistics, in terms of career choices, safety, and everything else that we need to take part in. It is important that we have this information readily available in a way that we as children can understand it, so that we can make use of it efficiently. So we would like to urge this information is made more readily available. We have seen earlier on that it is available, but it's been available to adults. And we are also affected as children. So if this is done in a child-friendly manner, in a way that everybody can access it, then we too can take part in solving the problems that we face in the country. In this way, we are able to participate in South Africa, in society, and we're able to understand what is going on around us as the youth. We are able to stand up to injustices and make informed decisions because we as the youth are the future of the country. The work done by Statistics South Africa is important and affects us all. When provided with the information and is used correctly, we can appeal to the youth, and it creates a step in the generation of people that have everything at their fingertips to make a difference in the country. With this, I'd like to thank you.